During the last 10 years that I've been reading spiritual books, it's been my goal to try to bring down my ego, try to reach my essence, myself, the self that has been there when I was born, not the self that I created when I was growing up. When we grow up, there is an ego that shapes, and that is the part of us that separates us from each other. I have been asked to talk about myself, and this, I'm worried that it will bring up my ego. I hope you are not listening to it from that point of view. It's just some facts about me, but I am that. Yeah, my name is Mojgan Mahmoudian. I am a pharmacist, author, founder of Auravista movement, and mother of three. I was born in Kazvin, Iran, before revolution, before 1979 revolution in Iran. I grew up in a family that there was arguments, there was war. The father had two wives living in the same household and managing two families at the same time. As a little girl, it was not something that I could see that I accept or believe in it, because I could see suffering of my mom. I could see how she suffers because the law is allowing a man to have two wives, and how emotional she was, how much she was suffering from everything that she was witnessing. Like the second wife is wearing red or coming and show off herself in the balcony, and my mom was suffering just to watch it. And I was suffering from her suffering because she was the person in the world that I was depend on, and I loved her and I want her to be happy. So anytime I was going to the rooftop of our neighbor, because their rooftop was flat, I could go there and sit there. When I was 7 years old, I was getting permission from my neighbor to go upstairs on the rooftop, sit there for hours and dream. Just watch the sky, look at the birds, read a book, and dream the life that I have now. Basically, the root was my imagination, my dreams. So I grew up in that family, and I was questioning the rules around me. I was questioning the culture. The injustice I was seeing was unbearable. Whenever I was seeing that something is wrong, somebody is lying, it was really hard for me to bear. So I tried to be as positive and as hard worker as I can. I was studying hard. I was trying to get the best marks. I was trying to be the best version of myself, even as a little girl. And my goal was to change my future, change my life, because the life I was seeing my adults around me have, it wasn't the future I was imagining for myself. Alongside with growing up in that family, studying hard and trying to be the best version of myself, whenever I was hearing that something like I witnessed revolution when I was only 7, I witnessed my brother died in the revolution, another brother died in the war. So these killings and seeing the war and the ugly face of wars was affecting me as an innocent soul. I could see that adults could do better. So I was thinking that how come the adults around me don't see that they can act better and they can live better? And gradually, when I grew up and I went to the university when I was 18 years old, started listening to others talking about social justice. I met somebody who had fought for peace and who had fought for social justice. So whatever she was telling, it was very interesting and beautiful. I was thinking, wow, so there are more important things in the world, not only going to university. Even the first semester of my university, my marks dropped so badly. From a A+ student, I went down, almost I was failing, because I was thinking, oh, there are more important things in the world. I shouldn't just focus on my studies. And then I figured out that next semester, no, I have to study first. I have to be strong first before I can help the world or do something positive in the world. So during university, I was learning and growing. When I was 20 3 years old, when I finished in School of Pharmacy, I met my husband. He was a doctor, a family doctor. So we met, and the first shake hand we had when I decided to say yes to him, the first shake hand was, let's try to make the world a better place for everyone. And that was the point that I said, this man is for me, because he is not only looking into my eyes. We are not only looking at each other's eyes. We are looking at the same point. We have the same belief, same ideology. That was important for me. Another thing that was really important for me to choose him was he read a lot of books. And I was telling my best friend that I was very excited when I met my husband. I was telling her, this guy has read a lot of books. And then my friend in that time, she was laughing at me. That doesn't matter, Mojgan. What are you talking about? Just reading books? You are choosing a man just because he read a lot of books? So that was when I married, and then I went to south of Iran. I went to Keshmailand, and we started our life together. It was really like a dream, to be honest with you. Keshmailand was really, really like a dream, because like our hobby was just to go near the beach, sit under the moon. And like one scene that I remember is in Keshmailand, there were very small microscopic creatures in the ocean, which are called phytoplanktons. And those small creatures, when they hit something, they shine. So when we were sitting under the moonshine, these phytoplanktons were making glimmery like waves. And we were sitting on the reef watching these beautiful waves, and we were watching the fox families playing on the beach. It was really, really dreamy, those years that we lived in Keshmailand. At age 24, I opened my own pharmacy. I was really, really young when I opened the pharmacy. And it was really funny because I had to start managing the pharmacy and creating everything from the start. My first daughter was born in that island, Parmida. So the beautiful thing about the island was we had a lot of quality time together, and we had a really, really deep connection with Parmida, because there was nothing around us to distract us from that valuable early years connection that we needed. Around, I guess, 8 or 9 years, we were living in that island. My husband had an office, was helping the patients in the island, and everybody loved him so much. They were calling him Gap, the Gap doctor. Gap means big, like big doctor in the island, because he was not only their doctor, he was even fixing their phone when there was issue. He was even giving birth to the baby goats on the island, believe me. One time a person came to the office, doctor, my goat is dying because of the problem in the childbirth. And he helped the goat. So he says, okay, I guess I have to turn the baby goat, and then it comes out. So that island was really, really beautiful. People really trusted us. They really loved us. They were always bringing, fresh fish from the ocean or shrimps and stuff like that. And Parmida was growing up in that island. Early childhood, when she was around 2 years old, she said, I want to be a singer. I want to be an actor. And I encouraged her, I supported her. So after 8 or 9 years living on that island, we decided we cannot go back to Tehran and live in big cities, because we didn't believe in the government rules. We didn't want Parmida to not be able to sing, because in Iran, girls cannot sing. It's illegal. And the rules doesn't give equal rights to men and women. So because we had a girl who was really talented and had a dream, we decided to immigrate. So we immigrated to Canada when I was around 31 years old. We came to Canada, again, another start from the beginning. We have to learn, we have to see what do we really need to do in this country. I was thinking to myself, I don't want Parmida to suffer and not having the primary needs of life, and I really wanted to be able to reach her dream. So we started studying to pass the exams, because as a pharmacist and a doctor, you needed to be qualified here to work. So I started studying non-stop, like the way I was studying for university in Iran. Both of us, me and my husband, we passed all the exams in 1 year, which was really kind of rare in that time because it's really hard to get into our profession, pharmacy and doctor in Canada. So we did. We passed the exams. We started working hard, and both of us became very, very successful very soon in Canada. I decided to open a pharmacy, a small business, and opening the business was another point that changed my life dramatically. Because when I opened the pharmacy, there was this small pharmacy that I could create the world that I want to see. So from early on in the pharmacy, I told myself, Mojgan, now is the start of this business. You have gone through a lot and this is a new challenge for you. But remember, you can do it, and try to be in the moment. Just be in the moment. Just do whatever you need to do. Connect to people, and soon you will be successful, and then you will be busy even in this pharmacy. So I just started basically in the beginning of the business. I started reading the book Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie. That book was the first spiritual book that I read, and it helped me a lot to be calm, to be centered, and to be able to make that business thrive. So every day I was going to pharmacy, I was reading one page of this book. I was writing a summary of the book in a PowerPoint, printing it as a thought of the day, putting in the pharmacy. Every person who came to the pharmacy, they came as a stranger and they left as a friend. Every staff I hired, we became family. We connected. I gave them love, unconditional love, to patients, to the staff, and we all grow together. It's been 12 years that pharmacy is working. Very successful pharmacy, very good business that I don't even need to go and be there as in person. But you could feel the love in that environment. You could feel that is a safe place for everybody. It's a safe place for staff, for patients. And I'm proud of making that fantasy world that I have in my heart in that business. That business is where people trust each other, they are respectful to each other, they love each other, and they help each other to grow. And my method as a manager in there was to just see the positive in people and make them be their best version of themselves. 4 years after our migration, we decided to expand our family and have more children. Arnika and Ryan, my lovely twins, were born. So we were still new immigrants. We still had challenges, but having the twins, being a mother of twins, was another world of difficulties that I had to face and be stronger and help them grow. When the twins were 4 years old, I opened the pharmacy and I had to hire nannies to take care of them. So that part, I can tell it was the one regret I have, that I wasn't there enough for them. So I couldn't have enough quality time with the twins, the amount of time that I had with Parmida. So that was the only thing that I had to sacrifice to be successful in this country. What am I doing now? I started writing my memoir as a trilogy. The first part was the Ballet of Swallows, which is the story of my childhood from 7 to 18. I showed in that book how I changed my life from that environment. Second part is how I got to know Farid, how I chose my husband, and how did we build our life. In the third part, though, it is me as a person who reached the personal goals and success and is thinking about collective success, collective growth for the world, moving toward peace, love, and connection. And that is when Auravista movement was born. Thank you for watching.